wonderful welcome. Thank you very, very much. I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you so much for being here in India. What a great honor it is to have you here, right guys?
There's so many incredible Marvel fans in India. How could I not come here? This is the first stop, the very, very first stop on the press tour for Avengers Endgame. We haven't even finished the movie yet, and I got on a plane to come here to be with you guys tonight. So thank you for coming. By the way, it's all because of this guy right here.
So sir, I have a question for you. First of all, thank you. You kept your promise for India. Second, where is Anthony, sir?
So, because we're not done with the movie, one of us had to stay behind to make sure that the final VFX shots that were coming in, one of us has to be there to approve them so they can go on the movie. So he's at home, I won, he's at home approving VFX shots, and I get to hang out with all of you here tonight.
So we have loads of questions from obviously this insane crowd here today that are such huge fans. We're going to ask you as many as we can.
Sure,
Unfortunately, obviously, we can't ask you a question from everybody. We'll be here all day. Okay, so the first question would be the infamous snap of fingers by Thanos. A lot of our favorite characters disappeared. What was the logic behind retaining a few of the characters?
Well, I don't want to, we've been protecting the plot of this movie for a very long time now, and I know the fans want to go into the movie unspoiled, right?
Yeah.
And when you see this movie, you're not going to spoil it for anyone else, right? Because Thanos demands your silence, right? We're not going to talk about why, but I will say this. That my brother and I poured our heart and soul into Avengers Endgame. This is it's gonna bring to a big conclusion the last 11 years of movies, 11 franchises.
Did some of your favorites make it to the list?
Yes, I mean, we've been working with Captain America for 7 years now. There's a reason he didn't get snapped out.
Dropping loose. All right. And a lot of people are still mad about Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. What do you have to say about that?
Unfortunately, not everyone survives a snap. There have to be stakes in these movies, or ultimately the storytelling can ring hollow. So be prepared for more stakes is all I can say.
You like that? Do you and Anthony ever kind of disagree on the fate of a character?
We do, and then we arm wrestle to see who wins.
Or just snap?
Yeah, or I snapped him out of existence. Actually, that's why he's not here. I didn't want to say it, but I snapped him out.
All right, so now that you're here in India, a lot of fans actually ask if we can hear the Avengers. Get ready for this. You can thank me later. Speak a word or two of Hindi.
Yeah, which Avengers would you want to speak a word or two of Hindi? Iron Man?
Iron Man.
Yeah. I love it. I love the passion. I mean, listen, these movies are about speaking to a global audience, and I'll tell you, the way that India responded to Infinity War was just overwhelming. I mean, the reason we make these movies are for you. And it was very touching to my brother and I. In fact, there was a recording of an Indian audience watching Infinity War, and when Thor arrived in Wakanda, it sounded just like a football stadium, and it went on for about 30 seconds. And making Endgame was a very difficult movie, but in our low moments, we would pull out that recording and listen to Indian fans responding to movement. And it would keep us going, so thank you.
Is this going to be the most exciting one yet?
Without question. I mean, this is the conclusion. So everything has been building for 11 years. Everything has been building to this movie. There's a reason it's called Endgame.
But then what next?
What's next?
What's next?
Yeah, I mean, you have to wait and see Endgame, and then we can figure out where it goes.
All right, good. I like that answer. Great. So, you know, we have a lot of fans, we have a lot of cosplayers that have come out here today
Yep.
and dressed up as their favorite character. So we would like to take a picture with you and them if you don't mind.
I
Can
would
we-
love to do
Would
that.
you love, yeah?
Yes.
Can we bring them out, please? Let's get our cosplayers out on stage.
Yes.
a fan that I would get his
Yes.
of course.
Cosplayers on stage, please.
I didn't get. Yeah. Joe sir, I have a question for you.
Yes.
I wanted to ask this personally. Out of all the 4 movies you have directed, Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame, which is your personal favorite movie?
Answer carefully, Joe. Answer carefully.
What's your favorite?
Okay, I'll ask. Winter Soldier? Civil War? Infinity War?
You haven't seen it yet, so I guess it's unfair to say this, but my favorite is
Endgame?
Endgame.
Whoa!
How exciting is that? Let's give it up for Ashish. Let's give him a big round of applause. Thank you so much for being here today. A true diehard Marvel fan, as much as you guys here today, right?
Thank you.
Everybody cheer for Joe sir!
All right, so I know that the Avengers couldn't be here with us today.
That's right. They could not be with us today. However, I did bring some hellos
Oh, we like
from
that.
a few of your favorites. So let's take a look,
Okay.
shall we?
Hi, India. It's me, Paul Rudd. I really wish that I could be there with you. I mean, I do. I really wish that I could be there with you. I want to go to India. But until I can finally make it over to visit, Joe's just going to have to do some extra celebrating for me. So have fun, and I'll see you guys at the theater.
How about that? Paul Rudd
Amazing.
wishing a special hello to Indian fans.
Yeah, and we welcome him to come with you next time, right,
Yeah.
guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to say no to that.
Now let's see who else sent a hello.
Let's-
Maybe Thanos himself. Let's see.
Hello, India Avengers fans from Budapest, Hungary. I'm sorry that I can't be there, but my buddy Joe Russo is there showing you what he can of Avengers Endgame. But I love you guys. I've been to India. We spent 10 days traveling through Mumbai on motorcycle with Shantaram, and I can't wait to come and see you guys again. But I'm sorry I can't be there for now. India, 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 India.
India! 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 How badass does he sound even in a video like that?
Now,
Awesome.
The last hello is from a gentleman who I think was here fairly recently, shooting a movie that my brother and I produced. He was here about 2 or 3 months ago.
Any guesses?
Yeah. His co-star Rudy is actually over here in the jacket.
Ooh.
And let's see who said the last hello to you.
What's up, everybody in the beautiful country of India? The countdown has begun. Avengers Endgame is in cinemas very, very soon, and our director, Joe Russo, is coming to your wonderful country. And I've shot there myself. I've told him it's one of the best places on the planet, so he's looking forward to a good time. Sorry I couldn't be there myself, but you guys make sure you take care of him. And he considers himself someone who can handle a bit of spicy food, so I've told him to try some of that Rogan Josh, the buttered chicken, tandoori chicken, but spice it up for him, see if he can handle the heat. Lots of love, guys. Enjoy the film, and I hope to see you soon.
Very cool. How amazing is that? Thank you for hooking that up, Joe. Isn't that so great? How lucky are we to not only see this movie first, but to have Joe here, to have amazing videos sent. That would be your cue to cheer. All right. Now, Joe, I don't know if we've made it clear enough that obviously we love the Avengers. We love the Marvel Universe. So we now have a little something for you, since you've given us so much already. It's nothing too big, something you can maybe just kind of slip in your pocket and take home.
Okay.
So they've loved the Avengers so much that they've created their own version of the logo. It's a special surprise for you from the fan community after Marvel India held social media contests, and these are the best of the best and the biggest and the most dedicated fans. Are you ready to take a look at our little gratitude for the Avengers from
I am
Indian Marvel fans?
absolutely ready and very excited. Let's
Lovely.
take a
Will you
look.
walk down here with me?
Okay.
All right.
I want to recognize the mastermind behind this. He is here with us today. So let's get him out here. Please give a huge round of applause to A.R. Rahman. This anthem is incredible. As I told you last night, I got goosebumps. I teared up the first time I saw it. And I'm sure everyone here is going to echo my sentiments. Am I right? Yeah, so thank you so much for creating this. It means a lot to me personally as a filmmaker, and I think it's going to mean a lot to the Indian fans of Marvel. And I know it's not easy to impress those fans, but I think you're going to do an incredible job of that. So can you talk a little bit about creating the track and what it meant to you?
First of all, thank you for the great opportunity, and it's a great honor meeting you and working with the Avengers Marvel for India. As you know, Universal thinks about good and evil. And so when they briefed me about the story, it resonated with me. And I wanted to create something which is for the sentiment of this film. And I hope people like it.
Oh, I love it. So I'd like to open the floor right now for any questions for either of us. So please, why don't we start with any hands raised right back there? Way in the back.
Hello. First of all, thank you for coming to India. I was wondering if you could talk about how it was having Stanley on the set when he had to shoot the cameo. What was the environment like? What was the general vibe?
What it was like being on set?
What was it like having Stanley on the set?
Stan Lee on the set. I mean, it was amazing. I mean, he's the. I wouldn't be standing here without him. I believe that his final cameo is in Endgame. I don't remember if he was well enough to do the Homecoming cameo or not. But it was incredible. I mean, I grew up on these comic books. Stan Lee was an idol of mine when I was a kid, and to be able to have the opportunity to not only work on the material that he created, but to work with him as a childhood dream come true.
I would like to know how tricky was it to wrap up the 10 years of this storytelling, and what were the pressures that came with it?
It was, I mean, it's very difficult. It requires a lot of discipline and focus. There's a lot of characters that we're working with. There's an incredible amount of story, an unprecedented amount of story. This is, 11 years of narrative culminating in one movie. And we're focusing on the original 6 Avengers, and we're closing the book on those characters and the story that's been told about them for the last decade. So, we spent a lot of time and energy and thought with the writers, Christopher Marcus and Steve McFeely, really trying to deliver a powerful and emotionally impactful ending, and hopefully we've delivered that. We'll find out soon enough.
Hi, first of all, incredible song, I loved it. And so my question is to you, Rahman, who has been your favorite Marvel superhero and your favorite movie?
My favorite, actually, Iron Man and Black Panther.
And favorite superhero movie, like Marvel movie?
Actually, Black Panther. Because it's new.
Yeah, so good choice.
Hello, Rahman sir. For you, Alan Silvestri has composed the score for Avengers. So did he have any inputs for you for the anthem?
No. No, this whole thing was conceived, recorded in just 10 days and shot.
So did you show it to him, make him hear? Nothing.
No, because they just finished the score, I believe yesterday he was saying, Mr. Joe, was that 5 days before they finished the score. So this is completely independent of this thing. This is for the Indian audience. And so I was a bit skeptical when I played him. I didn't know whether he will like it. He said, "You're giving us a hit." So thank you for that.
Yes, of course. I mean, the first time I saw it was last night. So, like I said, I thought it was. I thought it represented the spirit of what these movies are in a way that you can't express in words, which is why he's a musical genius. So. Any other questions?
So
Yeah.
actually I have two questions. The first being, out of the 32 look posters of Endgame that were released, 4 of them, Nick Fury, Valkyrie, Gamora, and Hawkeye, are seen staring straight into the camera. Is there any theory behind that?
Wait, they're seen staring straight into the camera when?
In the look posters that were released, the 32 look posters from
Oh,
Endgame.
well, you know, look, one thing we love about Marvel fans is that they read something into everything.
Yeah.
They do our job for us, right? No, I wouldn't take much, I wouldn't put much stock into that theory.
The second one is also kind of that itself. In the trailer, when Ant-Man is reading these missing posters, on the house in the backdrop, there's a 1064. There's a number 1064 which is written. In Avengers number 10, which released in 1963, Earth 1064 is a parallel universe. Are you all hinting at the multiverse theory in Endgame?
Are you on Reddit a lot? Is that where you're getting these? Are you the guy on Reddit that's writing these theories? I'm not gonna confirm or deny any of this. So, no, it's not implying the multiverse. Sorry.
Okay, so in Marvel number 10, issue number 10, the 1963 version, which was the Avengers breakup. We had the Red Hulk was there in that, and it also hints at your fantastic Reed Richards. Any way we could see Reed Richards help Ant-Man understand the quantum realm?
I mean, here's the thing. I'll take any questions about the thematics in Endgame, but I'm not going to answer any questions on the plot of Endgame. We spent 3 years protecting the plot of the movie from Tom Holland and Mark Ruffalo. So I'm not going to come here and suddenly give away the plot of the film. But I appreciate and I admire your effort. Okay.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi. Joe, this side. How important it is to have an imprint on the film as a director, especially when different directors' storylines are sort of merging in it. So tonally making them similar, how challenging was that?
Well, I think they're all tonally very different. I mean, I think our tone is very different than Taika Waititi's tone. It's very different than James Gunn's tone. It's very different than Fleck and Bowden, who made Captain Marvel, or Coogler, who made Panther. So nobody tries to emulate tone. And in fact, I think our Thor is very different than Taika's Thor. I think the fans go along with that. I think that they like that there are different filmmakers behind each film, the way that there are different writers behind comic books. They understand the notion that depending on the author, the tone and energy and inflection of the characters can change. So, you know, for my brother and I, we try to bring psychological realism to the characters, and we like to deconstruct stories. And so I think when you look at our films, Winter Soldier through Endgame, that's the consistent tone for us, is a level of psychological realism and constantly deconstructing the universe. In Winter Soldier, we found out that the good guys were the bad guys. In Civil War, we deconstructed the Avengers by splitting them up. In Infinity War, we deconstructed the Marvel Universe by killing half of the characters. So, you know, that's just a theme with us, and as filmmakers, the issues that are important to us from a storytelling standpoint. Sorry, does someone else have the microphone? Yeah. We can, yeah, anywhere. Yeah.
Website. I want to ask both of you something. So when you work on an anthem of this level, how important is it to look out the entire theme which suits the Indian as well as the US audience? Because a lot of people are globally involved in it. And Rahman sir has worked internationally, so of course he knows the taste of people from both the places. So how much brainstorming happens over such themes?
You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. I think if you look at it, as I told you before, it's a universal phenomenon, good versus evil, and inspiration and motivation to fight against evil. So that was my brief. And so I worked with the lyricist Nirmika on this. And so we came up with the hook, Rokena. And I played that to the folks, and they really loved it. They came to Chennai, 3 of them, and they instantly liked it, and they wanted some little changes. So this whole thing was just a week's work, and then we played it last night too.
I think, look, great music is great music, no matter what language it's in or what part of the world it's coming from. And this man has consistently made some incredible music. So I think all Marvel fans are going to be inspired by that piece.
Joe, sir, right here. Sir, just now that you said, first of all, welcome to India. And now that you have said that you have taken the first 6 Avengers, you are closing the chapter in Endgame, what I would like to know is that since you said you're closing the chapter, post Endgame, are we going to see these original Avengers, or are you all going ahead with different characters and different storylines?
Again, I don't want to talk about the plot, but I'll say this, is that, you know, Infinity War was told from the point of view of Thanos, and Endgame is not. So take from that what you will. But that's as much as I'll give you on that question. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Is it possible to pass in the microphone? Sure. Okay. Yeah, thank you.
First of all, welcome to India, and thank you so much for giving us the best MCU movies, be it Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, and I'm sure for Endgame. My question to you is, Marvel MCU has got a huge fan following in India. The people are gone crazy for Infinity War. I'm sure that you might have come across some videos of reaction videos in theater.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you that part of the reason I'm here is that when we were working on Endgame, someone sent us a video reaction of an Indian audience, a very large Indian audience, watching Infinity War. And the moment where Thor arrives in Wakanda to save the Avengers, it was deafening. It sounded like a football stadium. And we got the chills listening to it. And I'll tell you, Endgame was not was not an easy movie to make. It was very, very difficult, very exhausting for my brother and I. And when we had our down moments, we would just pull out that video and listen to that reaction from that audience to Thor arriving in Wakanda, and it would lift our spirits, and we'd keep going. And so thank you very much from the bottom of my heart as a filmmaker for giving us that experience.
My question to you, sir, don't you think it's high time that we should have one superhero from India as well? If yes, then who can be the one?
Picking a superhero from India? I mean, I think, listen, as they move forward, I don't run Marvel, but I'll tell you this, I do know, and I'm a fan and I'm watching, how diverse it is becoming. And I think that is the future of Marvel storytelling. This is global. And it's again, the reason I am here is that audiences around the world are reacting to these movies in a way that is profound. And I am certain that cultures are going to start seeing themselves represented on the screen and identifying with characters on the screen. So look forward to it.
Last question, please.
Hi,
Renuka.
Yes.
Hello.
Here.
Oh, sorry, I think we have a microphone right here.
Hi, Joe. It
Yes.
was a pleasure speaking to you early in the morning.
Yeah.
And I have one question for you and Rahman, both of you actually. Joe, for you, the question is that how true is it that you actually didn't let Tom Holland read the script? so that he doesn't talk about it. How true is it? Because he keeps joking about it all the time. But is it really true that the script was not
Tom
given to
Holland
him?
does not get the script. No.
So it's true.
Tom Holland gets his lines, and that's all he gets. Sometimes he doesn't even know who he's acting opposite of. We'll just, and we use like very vague terms to describe to him what is happening in the scene, because he just has a very difficult time keeping his mouth shut.
And Rahman, for you, it's almost 10 years of cinema, for Marvel to kind of get to Endgame. You kind of made the Anthem in 10 days. So how difficult is it to kind of sum up 10 years of cinema into one song in 10 days?
Well, I think my son is a bigger fan of Marvel than me. So I would go reflect. I'll just play it. What do you think? It's good, Daddy. I said, okay. So he was my, I would look at his eyes and find whether that we have the spirit. And thank you, Amin.
Thank you. That would be last question, please. So over to you, Joe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, look, I know you probably have a lot more questions. We can go on all day, but thank everyone for attending from the bottom of my heart. I'm really proud to be here, and it's a very rare event for a filmmaker to reach audiences around the world with their stories. And it's profound for my brother and I to have such global stories to tell and to be welcomed in the way that we've been welcomed. So I really, really want to do one more round of applause for A.R. Rahman for the incredible piece he made for us. It's going to be online everywhere. We're going to post it on our social media. I'm going to forward it on to Robert Downey and ask him to post it as well. And we want people all over the world listening to the song. So thank you all again, okay?